Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Once again, North London is red. Arsenal won that game in that North London derby. 2-1. All the goals were scored in the first half. Even though Spurs scored first, but Arsenal responded and scored 2 to win that game. 2-1. Okay, guys, if you look at that game, obviously Spurs are the butlers, so I can't even explain their bottling again. Most time they score first and they go on to lose this game. If you look at the way they are in the table, I think 13th or 14th, yeah, they and Manchester United are trying to, they're exchanging places. But if you look at that game in general, what do you make of that? Let's start with Arteta. Arteta got it right this time, even though the Arsenal has to buy a striker, because the amount of chances they created in that game, it should be ending like 6-0
yes.
or 6-1 or something.
We talk on North London is red. No wonder most of us wear red come show today. You understand? But look at that game. I felt like Tottenham had a lot of chances, but they were shooting blanks.
What chances? They had only one shot on target.
I am on wait. I don't know whether you see that game. Did you watch that game?
If we speak English now, you go be like say, "Oh no, sabi the English." I say they had a lot of chances, but they were shooting blanks.
Where the chance? I don't see chance.
When you shoot blanks, nothing means say you shoot blanks.
They had a couple of.
They had a couple of chances, but they were shooting blanks.
You shoot boy, you go over instead of corner.
You shoot blank. I mean, like you shoot blank, you don't know where post day.
Okay.
It's just like when they say somebody shooting blanks now. On neurologists, people they give doctors they check pregnancy, now they know the kind of English I just speak now. I know before sports people like us. But in this game now, Tottenham had a lot of chances. I speak English way I understand now. Tottenham had a lot of chances, but they were not clinical enough. You get taking most of their shots off target. Now Arsenal on the other hand had excess chances. I know that's how they qualify Arsenal. Arsenal supposed to win that game like 9-1. If you look with that match very well, Arsenal supposed to just play that game like 9-1. Declan Rice they miss chance. Kai Havertz now a lot of chance missing. The other guy where they own a carry from Man City.
Sterling.
When I carry from Man City, we go Chelsea before he come Arsenal, where they play for all the big teams in England. That one another wasteful cow. I know why insult him, but that guy is just another wasteful, predictable player, and I hate predictable players. You know, when I said this about Martinelli, everybody said I gave a belly for Martinelli, but Martinelli don't really learn how to pass ball. But this other guy, they help matters.
Okay, for me in that game yesterday that we saw, I saw a lot of things, but one of the things I saw is that Postecoglou, you know, is posts. So Postecoglou showed me another side of him that I did not like, because, for example, you are facing a situation where your key center halves are not available, where you are playing midfielders in that position rather than center halves, yet you insist on the high line, you insist on the playing style rather than adapting because of the situation on ground. If you look at that game, whenever Arsenal are in the final third, just beyond the halfway line, you see Spurs defenders getting super apprehensive. They can't pass the ball comfortably like you see Arsenal do. They just freeze. Everybody say, let's not mess it up. And before you know, Arsenal intercepts, they get a chance, they move forward, and then they take their chances or they miss the chances. You know, so for me, Pochettino needs to work on that. He doesn't have the right.
You don't call Pochettino again.
So for me,
Angie, your color Angie.
Excuse me. So for me, Postecoglou needs to get it right. He needs to ensure that either he signs this summer, this January window, but he has to find a way around it. For me, then, talking about the Arsenal side now, Arsenal side had a really good game in that game. It could, you see, one of the points I wanted to point here is that players are now talking about this fact that they could have scored 9 goals, but it wasn't there. Rice was talking about it. A couple of other guys were also talking about it. The fans are talking about it. Hopefully, when he reaches fever pitch, Arteta's ear will melt and he will be able to hear what they are saying.
But if you look at that game, Arsenal missed a couple of chances. If you go on social media, everybody was clamoring, let Arsenal buy a striker because they need a clinical striker. If you put somebody that like Haaland in that Arsenal team, that guy will probably be scoring even more. Because if you look at the chances Arsenal is creating and what City is creating, Arsenal is way above City in chance creation, but Arsenal is not finishing those chances. But if you look at that game again, Corner FC struck again. Scored from a corner after go down by Son, and that corner kick again, and the same run from Gabriel to the back of the post, headed it. Even though it was a deflection, it was a goal. Arsenal are perfected. We kept talking about this on this show. Arsenal are perfected this art of scoring from corner kicks.
Yes, they perfected the art, even though in the first goal it was somebody who helped the ministry move to the permanent side. Talking about Solanke. You know, when you are a goal scorer and you score goals, you can't help it, even if you score in your own net and your opponent's net.
That kind,
You can't help it.
You don't go pay a pound, but it's not it come bad as a bad say you buy club record signing 65 million. You know they score for the side is supposed to score, for your own person they score.
He just one own goal this
It's
season.
just
one
I
own
know.
goal.
See, it's in as say if na just one or half own goal, na own goal, na own goal. But waiting they pay me say to rectify the matter, you supposed to go the other side. Score another one. Make your name register for two sides.
Let's be frank with this thing. Arsenal defense most times this season, even from last season, are top notch.
Top notch defense. You can't break them down.
It has to be a team play, not like one individual trying to break.
I wanted to point out the fact that if you saw that game yesterday, there was a certain point where Lewis Kelly and one other guy from Tottenham, I don't know if it was Beckval or whoever, when they had a set piece against Arsenal, the Lewis Kelly was the main man protecting Raya from that guy to ensure that he didn't go and disturb their own goalkeeper. You saw the incident that happened. You saw how Gabriel and Lewis Kelly too were gingering the fans to get the atmosphere vibrant and all that. Arsenal have mastered attacking set pieces and defending set pieces. It's very hard for you to break them down. So you can't hold it against Tottenham.
I feel like injuries is another thing that has dealt with Tottenham.
Yes, everybody
because
knows that.
Everybody in the league has injuries.
Because Richarlison now coming to that score. You know, when I talk this about this guy for Everton, people say, so you know like this guy. If I talk about player and they say I know like the guy, I just leave him until now using a hand. See. That guy no be Premier League material. I mean, go back to
I know.
When you go back to last Paris for Brazil, go they play football.
Generally, now if you look at Arsenal now 4 points behind Liverpool. They need to mount this challenge. What do you think Arteta needs to do? Buy a striker?
Buy a striker.
Or you can hope that miracle will happen.
It's not about miracle. You see, life is 98% principles and 2% miracle. Nigerians have mastered the art of hoping on that 1% miracle. You know, but in this scenario, Arteta, if you want to win the league and save your job, go and buy striker this January. Find the money. If you have to sell Tierney, you have to sell Jorginho. If you have to sell whoever, sell and buy a striker into that attack.
Arsenal don't need to buy. They don't need to buy a striker now because anything we buy now, if you know work, you go deal with them.
We got Havertz in the summer. You know the work.
Is it working?
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Not being 70-something million.
But now, if you buy in the summer, you can still give him time to work. Havertz is working to a minimum.
I disagree.
But I'm just saying, if for me, Aston Villa don't go collect Malen that can play as a striker and can play from the flanks. Now John Duran's pecking order don't go down. Whether we like it or not.
I disagree.
Pecking order for John Duran. Wait now.
Malen is a winger and not a striker.
He can play as a 9. That's what I'm saying. Either ways you have it. John Duran pecking order don't drop. Take him on loan, 6 months loan. At the end of the season, if he works out,
Baba is not going anywhere now.
Unless you want to overpay for a striker that will not function after 10 weeks.
I disagree.
Or you get a striker on loan and send him back if it doesn't work.
Suarez came in January, right?
Yes, that's what we are saying.
Whether you buy in the summer, you buy in the winter. If the player will not work,
he no go work. Simple.
But let's talk. No, we are not talking about Arsenal. What they need to do. Everybody knows that they need to buy a striker for them to challenge Liverpool. John has been talking about this on this show that Liverpool owe us a point. Now it's not 3 points, but they are giving 2 points.
Yes.
Out. But everyone is still hoping that they are going to give out 3 points. Probably Arsenal to challenge the league. But now they drop points. Arsenal winning. Then Arsenal close that gap to 4 points. Now
first time in history.
Now even though they have a game in hand, Liverpool. Now for Spurs, what do you need Spurs need to do quickly, guys? Do you need he should buy or should you wait for his defenders to recover?
Man City have signed 2 centre halves this January. 2 and recalled Echeverria back from his loan for the midfield. Why can't Tottenham Hotspur go back to their shortlist for defense and make those signings this January? I would love to wake up 2 days from now and see a £65 million paid for Brantwaite or for Gay or for somebody else, but to continue like this, Baba, you go finish 15th or 16th.
You know really concern me whether waiting they do for this January because we know who they share the money. You understand? We know who they distribute money, and as long as that man dead there, As far as that man did there, may they just hope for nothing.
Paradise.
Because yesterday when they see Gabriel, I mean, now who they play for defense with Dragusin. These people no be defenders.
No, Gabriel played in the midfield, but if
But
you look at,
no, like he mostly drifted into defense line. But more just talk say, if you try as he be, let Tottenham also just set the club. I'm willing to buy.
okay, if you look at that game, then Trossard scoring that second goal, making it 2-1. It's a lovely strike from Trossard from that left side. The goalkeeper should have done better with that goal, but that ball skipped him and hit the back of the net. For Arsenal, they created a whole lot of chances in that game. Now they are 4 points behind Liverpool, even though Liverpool have a game in hand. If they continue even though they are probably lost the two competition, maybe the Carabao Cup, they lost at Emirates, and the FA Cup, they were knocked out for. Manchester United knocked them out, so it's just the league and the Champions League. Hopefully they have
And
now.
hopefully Carabao Cup.
And Carabao, hopefully the miracle can happen for them. But for the league, they have done well since the past 5 games. They have gotten points, even though they have dropped points from here and there. But against this North London derby, this is the 3rd time in a row that Arsenal have won the North London derby, and it has not happened since I think 1970 something.
Yeah.
They have done it 3 times in a row. They have won home, away, home, and in the last 5 or 6 games against Tottenham, they have only drawn 1 and won 5 of them, which is a good result for Arsenal. So they are actually owning this Not London derby. So, but let's see where Arteta and his boys will finish at the end of the season, and let's hope that Tottenham and Angie, I like Angie, if he's going to try and improve Tottenham to finish a higher place on the table.